Okay, well, welcome once again. Ron Carty here again, Hotel Barracuda, every Tuesday, Expat Club, and as always, here I am interviewing our speaker today, Mr. Nnamdi Samuels. Would you like to say hello to everybody?
Hello, and thank you for inviting me.
Actually, very quickly, Nnamdi and I have known each other for a long, long time. One of the most important things about Nnamdi is that
We're Arsenal supporters.
Arsenal supporter, bloody brilliant, mate.
We're top of the tree.
And we didn't plan that, I'll tell you now, okay? But anyway, but you were talking about mental health. Yeah, that's what you are. You're a consultant and a therapist, okay? But you started off about, that's your genre. Why did you choose mental health to focus on?
I'd probably like to say that mental health chose me. In as much as I'm an ex-squaddy, so I'm an ex-army, ex-fire brigade, London Fire Brigade. I'm from the UK.
Yeah.
And I'm a qualified therapist for almost a quarter of a century.
Interesting,
25 years.
Whoa.
And so I sort of fell into mental health through the services, let's say, stress and anxiety, all of that. And so that's really where I found myself doing that now. And now residing here in Pattaya, I thought that I'd share some of my experiences and trying to support the community.
No, it's good. And obviously our community is getting on in maturity, but you focus on dementia. And so would you like to, and I know it's not easy, but just try and summarise what exactly is dementia?
Yeah, dementia is debilitating. It's a sort of cognitive, it's a lack of cognitive reasoning and functioning.
Yeah.
And basically it's the deterioration of cells neurologically. So basically we lose cells, and the natural cells in our brain that produce dopamine.
Yeah.
It's the main
So
one
you mentioned that
impacts on us. And there's different types of dementia. There's Lewy body dementia.
Okay.
There's also Parkinson's, which is a physical.
That's one, yes.
So a lot of tremors, a lot of shaking, slowness of movement. Can even cause constipation.
Interesting.
Depression, anxiety. So it has a multiple impacts on it.
It's true, mate. It's true, okay.
Yeah.
But then look, something else that was different about your talk, because we have speakers all the time, stand up, talk away, but you decided to split everybody into groups. Why did you decide that?
Well, I am a facilitator, so I do a lot of that work back in the UK, and I work in schools and stuff. And I just realised it's such an emotive subject that will impact all of us as we're all getting older. I thought that having smaller groups to share personal experiences will be a more lasting impact and a more memorable session.
And it certainly was.
Didactic,
bloody hell, where'd you dig that one up from? Okay, but it was, and it was interesting the way everybody opened up after, okay? But you got them to talk about their personal experiences.
Very much so, and I think it's really important because at the end of the day, it is about sharing what's from within you that will impact you, and actually hopefully help others. As a therapist, I do it on a personal level.
Yeah, of course.
So I'm very much into that personal experience. And it's also not one fits all.
Everyone's
different. Everyone
of course
has a different experience.
Yeah.
So it's much about sharing that, and hopefully we can learn from each other.
Yeah, okay. And then really, three things came out of it that I saw. Number one, you spoke about the impact that this has on other people, on the family. Would you like to talk a little bit about that?
Because when people are suffering from mental health issues, it impacts on other people, their partners, their children, the wider family. And for me, they can get forgotten, the carer of that person. So it's not just about the person that, And with dementia, for example, you can get angry and frustrated as an individual because you've not been able to do the things that you used to do.
Well, you spoke about the impact it has on the person as well. So that's really what you're talking about there.
Making a cup of tea, putting your socks on, remembering what day it is today. Those kind of things that we take for granted can really happen, and it can deteriorate so quickly.
Well, it's funny because, as you know, I think everybody at the club, bit by bit, as you get more mature, you do tend to forget things. You forget where you put your phone. So that really is just compounding the whhole thing, right?
Very much so.
So impact on themselves, impact on others, and then you spoke about
society as well. So the impact on, we're from the UK.
Yep.
But as obviously all over the world has different ways of managing it, different governments, different communities, and that. But the strain on the services.
Yes.
For example, the healthcare.
That's right.
The impact on the homes and how the elderly are treated in the homes, and then we talk about culturally the children looking after
Yes.
the elderly people. It's not so much in the Western world.
It's not, is it?
Children are trying to find their own way.
I
trying
agree.
to earn money and to survive.
Yeah.
You know, who's looking after us as the elderly?
Well, us, you're still a youngster, dear old Lord.
I realise that I'm actually on the other side now. I'm going to be 60 this year.
Oh, you're still a baby, but anyway, but it's interesting you spoke. But when you live in somewhere like Asia or Thailand, you do realise that there is this vast gulf in the societies, the way they look after the parents,
Very
the
much
elderly,
so.
totally different.
Very much so. Culturally, there's a different kind of mindset about give back.
Yes.
You know, and actually, when you're living here, that rubs off on you a little bit.
It does.
Being charitable
It
and
does.
giving back. I think it's a really
does.
positive thing. But we can learn a lot from this culture
Yeah.
about supporting our elders and giving back.
Of course,
and
and
not
then-
just taking our houses or our
Well, it's
pensions.
true, and farming the old off into a house or something like that, you know. But then we spoke about ways to overcome it. You spoke about exercise, being mentally fit, physically fit, the food. Would you like to talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, I think societal impacts, environmental impacts, cultural impacts that can help you. So, for example, exercise. Exercise is brilliant.
It is.
They've done a recent study. You may have seen it on the internet about tennis. I'm a big tennis fan, and counting the score. Obviously, you've got the physical exercise, so that we know that's going to do you good. But just keeping score and watching vets play tennis and arguing about scores is so fun.
Well, it's true. Well, it's interesting. I don't know. You've heard about pickleball, yes?
Yes. And,
Now, if you're talking about scoring, the pickleball scoring is totally back to front.
how is it?
You know, it would drive you crazy,
Well,
but
even
it's a mental
tennis,
acuity.
and even tennis with juice 30.
That's
you know,
it, that's
sort of,
it.
You know, all those
Yeah,
kind
yeah.
of things. It gets your brain cognitively
Yeah.
thinking whilst you're physically exercising. They've done research on 8 to 10 years longer in life expectancy, so that's fantastic.
Yeah.
But we also talked about, I've forgotten now. Very good. No, but we talked about the medications.
Yes,
So,
that's it, the treatments. I was going to finish on that. The treatment you finished.
Of Alzheimer's, you know. Firstly, early diagnosis
Yeah.
is really important. So just recognising earlier things that your friends would do, your partner would do, that they keep repeating themselves or they haven't done, that
Yeah.
they usually do, remembering, keep forgetting stuff like that.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm terrible with names. I'm really terrible with names, but I'm great with faces. But
Yeah.
I find by association,
That's it.
it really helps you to remember the
Yeah.
name, you know. So that cognitive sort of link
Yeah.
there. But there are different things you can do. But exercise for me is fantastic.
I agree,
It
mate.
really, really is good. And try and do also cognitive stuff with our phones now.
That's it.
We've got different games that we play. I play Scrabble. I'm
That's
big
it.
into Scrabble.
Yeah, yeah.
But you know, the thinking games.
Agree,
You know, just,
agree.
You know, crosswords and stuff
Yeah.
like that. You know.
Yes.
Remember the old newspapers?
Yeah,
We used to
that's
do the
it,
crossword
that's
at
it,
the
yeah,
back.
yeah.
Back in the day, you know, no newspapers now. So what do?
I agree, mate.
Use your phone.
I agree.
Let's make technology
Use the
work for
phone
us.
to keep
Positive.
it going, rather than just watching
Just to
Facebook and videos and sitting back slouched.
Mindless scrolling.
I agree, 100%.
Let's use it. It's here now, so let's use it. To
And
our
you know, I'm going
advantage.
to have a little plug now of the Ageless Warriors that we started.
Oh, yes, of
on
course.
behalf of the mature people, just really endorsing what you're saying. A little bit of exercise without going overboard, but do something every
It's
day.
fantastic what this guy does. Gets everyone involved. Beach volleyball.
Yes.
You guys do pickleball.
Pickleball, squash,
It's amazing.
racquetball, bit
But
of
we
everything.
also said, what I did also mention in there, it's not an inevitability about
That's important that you cover that, because otherwise it can scare everybody.
yeah, exactly. So dementia and loss of memory, loss of everyday functioning, cognitive thinking, isn't inevitable because you're getting old. Some people are short as a button
Okay.
until they're in their 80s, 90s,
Yeah,
100s.
I
So
agree.
not a problem with that. Just keep active. Just like we work our bodies,
Yeah.
we work our minds.
No, excellent, mate. Very good. Okay, so look, final message, contact details.
Yeah, contact details will be coming up on the screen.
Yeah.
For me, it's really important to keep moving.
That's the
what I
one.
would say. Just keep moving. If you don't lose it, move it or something. What's that
That's
saying?
it.
If you don't,
Well, there's loads of
you
a
don't-
slow walk is better than no walk. If you don't use it, you lose it.
Yeah, that's the one.
That's
if you
the
don't
one.
Lose it, you lose it.
Yeah.
And I think it's really important. But keeping active, keeping the mind active, and staying happy. Keep a smile on your face.
That's-
And aren't we blessed that we live in sunshine?
Yeah.
Live in this great sunshine.
I agree. Look, with that, we're blessed. Here's your certificate.
Thank you very much.
Okay. Congratulations. Thank you very much for joining us. We'll get you back again as
It
well.
was a
Okay.
pleasure. Thank you.
So anyway, look, once again, Ron Carter here, Expat Club. Fantastic speakers, good camaraderie, good topics, good food. See you next Tuesday.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.